Remember that summer a few years ago? At that time, my father bought a few chicks from the town, started farming. So in order to save money, just let me go to the street to rub the northwest wind in the future. In order not to starve to death, I can only go up the mountain to dig wild vegetables. I was walking in the mountains that day. Suddenly, I saw a tree covered with mushrooms, and I was delighted. Packed them all up and took them home. When you get home, the old store also looks like it has never seen the world. I made a pot of mushroom soup. We father and son just clicked and drank. Down, when it's cold, you give me a drink, and my legs are weak. I straight to feel wrong. When he looked at his father, he had already transformed into a card beast. I'm putting it on the table. That's when I realized I was poisoned. But it's too late, because I saw my kitty waving at me. I can't remember what happened next. I just remember waking up in the hospital. Lucky to tell us it's okay this time. Poisoned blue. The observation didn't take long to put us back. Before leaving, he asked again and again, "Never eat those mushrooms." But home, Dad was still reluctant to throw away the remaining mushrooms, so he turned around and put it all in the chicken pen. After all, the doctor only said that people should not eat. I didn't say chicken can't be eaten. So with this mentality, in the middle of the night, something incredible appeared in my chicken pen. See, I saw some chickens start meditating in place to cultivate immortals. Some even played basketball. This surprised Dad. Busy night. None were recovered. Looking at the devastated chickens, Dad sighed to himself. You can't throw it away. So I called a group of lucky people in the afternoon. The villagers came to the house for chicken soup. At that time, Arvin and I were still playing in the mountains. That's how I got away with it. When we come back in the evening, when I entered the courtyard, I was stunned. I saw an uncle riding Arvin flash right past us, and it was very noisy. Just as we come to our senses, get out of the way when you hear a big congratulations. Now the #1 diver in Mujia village. So time we looked for the sound. I met an uncle. I don't know where I climbed up to my roof. Then a runner sprints in a graceful pose. I laid a grave for myself with my head down. We were both dumbfounded. I want to find my father quickly and ask about the situation. As a result, I saw my father squatting in the donkey shed at this time. He flipped his hair, saying earthy love stories to the donkey. From time to time, he would rub his head against the butt of a donkey. The last one couldn't hold back. Pinch the donkeys to Gens. Immediately, it was sent into the dirt wall by my donkey. I look at the situation. Immediately, reminds me of the state of poisoning with my father last time. This 80% is poisoned again, so he hurriedly took on to the village health center. Not long after, a group of medical staff arrived non-stop. They rescued the burning of books one after another, and a few toilet pole vaulters, but I never saw my father. So I started walking around the donkey shed looking for my father again. Just when everyone was defenseless, my father verifies with both hands. The next second, it's out of the corner. The target is a recent donkey's. I just heard him scream. I was stabbed 3 meters away by my father. The original genes were directly shortened by 3 points, covering the nails and crawling in that constant wailing. Look at my father again. At this moment, he has transformed into a knight who protects the master. Stick tightly to the donkey and no one is allowed to approach. In the end, he was subdued by 3 people together. Press on the car. And at the same time, the rescue team on the other side also found Avendot. The 2 of them were my wife at the time, riding on Dad on the street without purpose. Suddenly a group of people in white coats rushed out, under the action of neurological disorders. I thought someone was catching them. It was riding on Dad that turned on the running mode. And under the influence of poison, Father On is spraying exhaust all the way. To the rescue team chasing behind, increases the difficulty of rescue. Several uncles lie on the roadside smelling their stomachs, become a victim. No one catches up. Finally, until Avendad ran out of power. This farce is over. Then the next day, the village chief carried a loudspeaker. It's constantly spreading the word around the village. Don't eat poisonous mushrooms. Look for the mushrooms in the lower mouth.